Hi everybody, welcome back to Security Guy TV at ISC West 2023 at the Red Security booth, redsecurity.com. Our next guest, what's your name, sir?
Leo Levit.
It is, of course, and you're with ONVIF, onvif.org. Yes. The standard of standards.
Yeah, so working with standardization of IP communication.
Now, I meant to ask you last year, is there a standard for videographers at security shows? For videographers, like I've done 3,000 shows. Mm-hmm. We should base a standard on how I do it. So it's always done the best way, right?
You know, all standards are best done with the organization and companies that need standards. So you're free to join and drive that.
Now you got your interoperability standards, Profile M, video analytics. Yeah. It's just brilliant. I've interviewed you guys, I think, for 9 years now. Mm-hmm. And you're always coming up with a new profile. It's fantastic. Tell us about Profile M and its adoption rate. How is that going? I think we talked about it. Was it 3 or 4 years ago it's been out? Something like that?
It's 2 years old.
2 years, okay, yeah.
So we discussed it last year when we met here at ISC West in Las Vegas. And at that point of time, the Profile M was just about 1 year old. And historically, it takes a lot of time for vendors to adopt the specifications, the profiles. But what we can see now, 2 years later, is that Profile M is the profile with the fastest adoption on the market.
Oh, wow. How did that happen?
We see the number of products that are conformant and reported to our database. And what it tells us is that we provided this profile just in time, and that specifications are very much needed for the industry.
Interesting.
So the best profile or the best specifications are the ones that are used. And what we see with Profile M is it's really driving the adoption rate very quickly.
Now, explain to people what Profile M is, just so they know.
So Profile M is a set of specifications from ONVIF that specify how the analytics data and events are transferred from, for instance, security cameras to VMSs or other systems.
Now, where do you guys go from here? How long does it take you to work on a profile, by the way? Is it like a 5-year process before it gets off?
Pretty much.
Oh, interesting.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So the process actually starts way before the actual profile work. It started with the specification. So a lot of companies gathered together and started to discuss what specification, what technologies are needed on the market, and then when the specification work is done, then the profile work is started. How to combine those specifications that in a way that it really helps to drive a specific use case. So where we go from now? Well, we just need to see what industry is talking about. Industry talking about analytics, it's talking about AI, but it's also talking about new technologies driven by cloud.
Right.
So it's reasonable to expect that standardization will follow the trends when it comes to cloud connectivity, how to make sure that devices on premises can communicate with the cloud systems in interoperable way and open way.
So here's my question about innovation. When I started doing this 9 years ago, you know, we were getting, physical security was getting into cyber and IoT, right?
Yeah.
I think it's so exponentially speeding forward. How does ONVIF keep up with that? And you know, if Profile M took 4 years, you're gonna have to start pushing stuff out in a year maybe, right? Because technology changes, and
Absolutely.
Don't get started with ChatGPT. That's going to change everybody. Oh my gosh.
You're absolutely right. So the pace of innovation accelerated on the market, and actually to cope with that trend, a concept of add-ons been introduced by ONVIF some year ago, and that's, if you want to describe it very shortly, it's a profile light. So it's a faster way to market for the specification, but it doesn't cover the entire use case. That you need to have a profile underneath it.
Right.
So the manufacturer will most likely implement a profile which is relevant for the product and put add-on on top of it. So the expectation from ONVIF is to release profile faster,
right?
Than add-ons faster. So for us, it's a way to be more flexible, more agile, and deliver functionality to the market in a faster pace.
Do you ever expect the technology just to run away with everybody, and we can never keep up with it? It seems like we're going that way with some of this AI stuff. It's amazing.
So the technologies that survive and evolve are the ones that have a purpose. So innovation will always keep accelerating and go faster and faster, but the actual adoption will always be driven by the need of the users.
Okay.
So if there is a proper use and there is a real issue to be solved, then it will find its way to market.
Fantastic. Good to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you.
ONVIF.org. You know the booth number this year?
Sorry?
Do you know the booth number?
No. Oh, L0. It's the same.
Oh!
It's the same booth as last year.
Out in the
L0.
lobby there, right?
Yes. in the
Oh,
lobby.
yes. Excellent. Very good.
Step by.
Back in a minute here, Security Guy TV at ISC West 22. Take us out, Mr. Producer.